Hi friends, welcome to Fast Studies YouTube channel. This is part 3 in 02 .NET Developer with AI playlist. So we are creating a playlist where I wanted to empower an engineer who is completely zero in the development environment space, especially with the .NET, can become a .NET developer with the help of AI in this world of AI, right? So this is basically the continuation video of the part 2. So in the previous video we saw how AI can generate the code for you, right? But to run that code, to debug the code, you need a development environment. So in the part 3, that means in this video, we are going to discuss about how to set up .NET development environment. Okay, so how to set up a .NET development environment. That is the title of this video, right? So imagine you have a chat GPT and maybe you went to chat GPT and you have prompted saying give me C sharp code for hello world program. So when you do that, you will get a C sharp code, but where you actually take that code and paste it, and how to run that code, how to debug that code, right? So that's where you need a development environment to be set up in your local. And this video exactly talks about that, how you can set up a development environment. Okay, so to set up a .NET development, so especially we are going to discuss about setting up a .NET development environment, right? To set up a development environment, uh, in the .NET development environment, you need couple of things. First thing is what you need is .NET SDK. What is that we'll discuss, and you need a Visual Studio Code. VS Code means Visual Studio Code, and inside the Visual Studio Code itself, you need basically a C sharp extension to be installed because the program what we write in a C sharp language, the Visual Studio Code tool should understand my C sharp language. So you need that extension there, and also you need a Git locally installed if you wanted to run your code by hitting the repositories. So once you have all these things, you can very well go and create your first .NET application and run it, right? So let's understand .NET SDK. So I will not go detail or in deep. I will quickly try to give you a theoretical understanding. So imagine .NET SDK is set of libraries plus runtime which needed for your .NET application to run. So for example, basically I am creating a .NET application, assume that way. So I need to write a set of lines of code there, right? And this code is basically nothing but like a library. So somebody in the .NET environment, some libraries might have been already there. From that libraries, couple of functions, methods, maybe we are using it and writing this code. So basically, the .NET itself will come with a lot of variety of libraries within itself. So we need all that libraries because we want to write the code in the .NET and run the code in the .NET, the application in the .NET, right? So we need that libraries. Plus, once we write this code, when we run the code, some runtime engine should be there to run the code, right? So that runtime engine, the .NET runtime engine also we need. So combining these libraries from the .NET and the runtime engine of the .NET together we called .NET SDK. SDK full form is Software Development Kit. Okay, so it's basically a kit that help you to develop the software. When I say develop the software, you obviously you can develop the software and you can run it also. So that is the reason you will have libraries and runtime. So we need to have that first in your system. So how to get that if it is not there in your system? You need to go to .net dot microsoft.com URL, and once you go to the .net.microsoft.com URL, you can navigate to the download button there, and you will see download .NET SDK, right? You need to install that SDK. So you just click that. I have already installed it. It will install some installation file. You double click that installation file, click next. That's it. Installation will over. So once the installation overs, if you go to the terminal in your system or command prompt, and here you can simply issue a command .NET hyphen space hyphen version. So when you run that, you will see the version of the .NET SDK which is available in your system. If you see which is this is the same version what you see here, right? That means I have a .NET SDK already installed in my system, so I'm good with it. So now what I need to do it is, once the .NET SDK is installed, so now I need a development. I mean, I have the libraries and runtime indirectly, but I need to keep all this at a certain place in a structural way and run it, debug it, all that, right? So I need a tool where I can go and start writing my code. So that is called VS Code. So you need the second item is what you need is a VS Code, Visual Studio Code, which is a free version. So it is basically a IDE, that means integrated development environment. So how to download that? To download that IDE, right, you need to go to the code.visualstudio.com URL, and when you go to the code.visualstudio.com, you will see the Visual Studio Code download button. Click that, it will get an installer, and again double click and follow the steps. You will have a Visual Studio Code installed in your system. So once you have a Visual Studio Code installed, search for Visual Studio Code. You will see that application available for you. And once you click that Visual Studio Code, it will open something like this, right? So you can close this welcome window here, and below this whole area is called terminal. So I can close this terminal. Basically, the terminal is equals to the terminal what you see in our OS, that the command black screen. Now, once you have this Visual Studio Code, this is not enough. If I take a C# code and directly put it here, it is still a plain text for me. So, in the Visual Studio Code, especially for the C# applications, you need to have a C# developer kit. So, search like C# dev kit, and when you search it, you will see an extension called C# dev kit. Click that, and you see for me it says like uninstall. That means I have already installed that extension. So if it is not installed for you, click that install button which appears here for you, and that will install the C# dev kit. So once you have a C# dev kit inside the Visual Studio Code, that means you are good, uh, and your whole system is development ready. That means basically you have a SDK which has a libraries plus runtime. Now I need a place to write the code. That is basically the IDE Visual Studio Code along with the C# dev kit extension is available for you. So you are good. You are set up. On top of that, let's assume the code whatever you write, you want to connect it with a GitHub repositories or maybe DevOps Git repositories. Then you need a Git to be installed in your local system as well. More about the Git we will discuss in our upcoming videos. But how to install Git in your system is, go to git-scm.com/downloads. Okay, so if you go there, right, you will see for the Windows, you will have a installations available for you, the local Git installations. What is Git, local Git and all? Imagine for now it's a version control. That means file is in certain way. Now somebody changed that file, then the next version of the file will create, right? So, but I want to track back the previous version how the file was. So I can do all that file changes tracking, right? So, but we will discuss all that in detail in our upcoming videos. So from here you can click these links to download Git in your local and follow the steps. You will have a Git installed. Once the Git is installed, again go to the terminal, and then in the terminal you can say git space hyphen hyphen version command. So when you run that, it shows something, that means you have a git locally installed already for you. So that's it. So with this, it's like you are ready for the development, right? So now what you can do, you can either directly go here in the Visual Studio Code. Let me close all these things, and maybe create a new .NET project and select the console application as a project and start doing the development from there. Or you can do it from the command line as well. So in the upcoming videos, we will do it from the Visual Studio Code. But for this video, let me do it from the command line, that means from the terminal. So terminal will be available here as a command line. Also, within the IDE, within the Visual Studio Code also, terminal will be available for you here. So like how I opened just now. So even here also, you can issue certain commands to create the .NET console project. So I'm going to issue a command called .NET space new console hyphen n my first app. And so inside this path right now there is no my first app folder, but if I issue this command, it will create my first app folder, and inside that folder it will create a console application for me. So let me run this command. So when I run this command, so it says it is using a console app template, and it got created successfully already. and it is telling you that now you can go and run it. Basically, it says that it is successfully created the console application for you. So if I navigate to this location, I should see my first app folder. So if I go to the C users, and if I go to the my first tab, you see my first tab folder, and if I go inside, I have the project file, I have the program.cs file. For now, this csprog, this file is called project file. Project file basically contains the project level settings, imagine that way, and program.cs file is basically entry point. And if I right click and open this program.cs file, maybe with notepad, or let me hit the edit in notepad, you will see a simple hello world message in the console. That is exactly it will print if I run that project, right? So what I can do it now is, so how to run this project, right? So firstly I have to go into that folder. So I will go cd space my my first app, right? So I will go inside that folder, and then I will say .NET run. So when I say .NET Run, it will try to basically understand the code inside that folder, and maybe build that code. That means taking the C# code and converting into the intermediate language, the assembly files, and then that assembly files will get run on top of the runtime, and finally the output will be shown as per the code. So as per the code logic what I have written, it should show hello world, and that's what it is showing. Now again, what is build means, converting the C# code to the intermediate language code, etc., etc. We will discuss in our upcoming session. Okay. So that means successfully I was able to create a project, and I was able to go inside that project folder and run the application, and you are able to see that hello world message, right? So that means we are good, right? So now I am able to create a .NET application in my local with the help of the .NET environment, what I have created it. So that means from now on, I can maybe ask ChatGPT to generate the C# code, and I can take that code and put it in the Visual Studio Code and run it from here, validate it, fix it, all the things we can do it, right? So that's it in this video. So main focus is about how to set up the local environment, .NET SDK, a IDE, Visual Studio Code, and if needed, Git local installation as well is needed. So follow these same steps in your local. In our upcoming video, we will discuss more about creating a .NET project and maybe understanding it line by line, etc. Right? So thank you for watching. Have a nice day, guys.